Hola a todos, hoy no voy a subir un gameplay, sino que acabo de ver hace una media hora que el youtuber Austin Evans, quien es un youtuber que se dedica a hacer reviews de diferentes aparatos electrónicos y quien ya tiene, por cierto, la nueva Xbox Series X, acaba de subir un video en el cual muestra cómo es el nuevo Dualsense de PlayStation 5. Entonces se me hizo bastante interesante, además de que ya tengo los subtítulos en español, ya puse los subtítulos en español del video, porque yo tampoco, bueno, no sé si tú sepas inglés, pero yo no lo sé, así que también daré mi punto de vista y mi opinión acerca de cómo.
This
Así
is
que
the
vamos a empezar
brand
con
new
esto.
Dualsense controller for PS5, which we happen to have a little early. So why don't we take a deeper dive on what PS5 controller is all about?
Are you sure it won't be sand?
If there's sand inside this box, I'm gonna cry live on camera. So up front, DualSense wireless controller for PS5. We'll flip it over to the back. Haptic feedback, feel more with physically responsive feedback to your in-game actions, adaptive triggers. That's actually something I definitely want to try. The built-in microphone, which is nice to have because I'm someone who doesn't usually keep that. That is a DualSense controller. This isn't white at all, this is gray. All of the images make it look totally white. Wait, here. For comparison, this is a DualSense, or sorry, a DualShock 4. Can you see the difference there? This looks so significantly grayer.
O sea,
All right.
está diciendo que el control de PlayStation 5 no es totalmente blanco, sino que es un poco más gris. Pero por lo menos yo en la imagen lo veo hasta un poco más blanco que el del PlayStation 4, de hecho. Lo logro ver un poquito más blanco, pero pues yo no lo estoy viendo en persona, así que supongo que si él dice que se ve un poco más gris, pues supongo que será cierto, ¿no?
DualShock 4. Can you see the difference there? This looks so significantly grayer. All right. Before I look too much into the controller, that's literally all you get in the box. There's an instruction manual, but there's no USB cable or anything like that. So what do you get with your $70 DualSense controller for PS5? Well, first of all, a very similar familiar layout. So you have your D-pad here, which I will say the D-pad.
La verdad es que en diseño se me hace mil veces mejor que todos los controles de todas las PlayStation juntos. O sea, el de PlayStation 4 no se me hizo feo. Hablando de diseño, el touchpad, que es este botón grande que tiene en medio, se me hizo bastante bonito. Y aparte de la luz de atrás, que era inservible pero bonita. Entonces este control, este, fácil, se me hace el mejor de todos. Y, o sea, tiene ciertas características del control de Xbox, pero eso es bueno porque quiere decir que están aprendiendo de la competencia, están aprendiendo de que Xbox tenía un control más cómodo, porque se ha reconocido mucho que el control de Xbox es el control más cómodo que existe.
One individual piece, so you can see that the entire thing moves as you tap it back and forth. You also do have your standard buttons, which actually have like a little bit of a different feel to them. You have our clickable PlayStation button. Oh, it's come alive. Okay, well, we'll ignore that for a moment. There's a physical button on here, which looks like it is for muting either your headset or I assume the controller than what you get with the DualShock 4.
Sí,
Oh, looky what we've got
sí,
here.
sí se nota demasiado el tamaño.
Yo, what's up, dude? Yeah, why you're upside down?
I said it's like we're looking at a sexy mirror.
All right, dude. Come look at this. Look at this.
That's dope.
It is a lot bigger than the DualSense or the DualShock 4. Like if you put it like side by side.
I prefer Xbox controllers.
So I've got the Series X controller here. So the thing is, they've got like the same layout.
Y ahí es cuando ya te empieza a comparar el control de Xbox Series X con el de PlayStation 5. Y se supone que el control de Xbox Series X será uno de los mejores controles porque se ha hablado mucho de que no hay mucha diferencia entre el control de un Xbox One y de un Series X. Pero es porque ya casi era perfecto el del Xbox One, sino que el del Series X tiene unos ligeros cambios, pero que solo lo hacen más perfecto. Es por eso que que dicen que el control de Xbox pues es el mejor control que se ha hecho.
No, I'm definitely gonna get the PS5. The controller's dope. I don't know. I think the PlayStation kind of looks ugly. But I mean, we say that as ever since PS2, it's always been black, slim, to the point, whatever. I don't give a shit how it looks. I just want to play.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing me that. It means a lot, dude.
Yeah, of course, man. So when you put the Dualsense controller side by side with the Xbox Series X controller as well as the DualShock 4, there are a few things that really jump out. First of all, this guy seems tiny, right? Both of these controllers seem much larger. Specifically the DualSense actually I think is the biggest of the three. I'm not gonna say that I need to tear this thing apart.
3.
But I kind of want to see what's inside. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Welcome, friends, to a trip down bad idea lane. Starting out with, let's do what no one in their right mind would ever try and think would remotely work. Let's plug the DualSense controller into an Xbox Series X. Does it make sense to try this before the PS4 or any of the other options that might have a slight chance of working? Of course. Am I gonna do it anyway? Absolutely.
Obviamente no, no va a
it's
servir en
charging.
el
The
Series
PlayStation is
X.
harvesting its energy from the Xbox. Nope.
Dice que se puede cargar.
Okay, don't plug this into your Series X. Let's try a PS4. So, I don't think this is supposed to work. And is it going to work?
Wait.
Ojo.
Wait.
Yo pienso que debería de funcionar perfectamente un control de PlayStation 5 en PlayStation 4. Pero según lo que se dice de PlayStation 5 es que el control, el DualSense de PlayStation 5 solo va a funcionar en lo que sería PlayStation 5. Y por ejemplo, el DualShock 4 de PlayStation 4 sí puede funcionar en el PlayStation 5, pero solo en juegos de PlayStation 4. O sea, para los juegos que sean totalmente de nueva generación, el DualShock 4 ya no va a funcionar. Porque los desarrolladores quieren que sientas la experiencia del DualSense con los nuevos juegos. Y cosa que no podrías lograr con el DualShock 4. Lo cual pues, se me hace un poco tonto porque pues supongo que hay gente que tiene 2 controles de PlayStation 4 y que a lo mejor los quieren conservar para la nueva generación de consolas y así no van a poder. Entonces, caso contrario a lo que hace Xbox, que todos los controles de Xbox One sirven perfectamente para Series X y al revés. O sea, es totalmente compatible los periféricos.
Oh my god, the microphone works! Check, check! Ah, it works! I mean, that sounds terrible.
Oh, look at that. Is that?
Oh my god.
Is that it?
No, it is not.
Wait. No.
But it cared though, it showed up as a wireless controller. Wait
Oh no,
a
it's
minute.
blue. It's blue though. It's
It's connected.
And it's not to say
Ooh.
that this in the future couldn't work with the PS4. I don't think they would necessarily need.
They want to sell PS5s.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Now paired with my Pixel 5, what happens if I press buttons? It works! It works as a home button. Wait, hang on, wait. If I scroll? Dude, this 100% works. Now, let's play some Xbox games via xCloud with our DualSense controller. Yeah, buddy! I am playing it.
Obviamente, se ve que está jugando xCloud, que es el servicio de streaming de Xbox, el cual puedes jugar los juegos de Xbox desde tu celular, desde una computadora, desde cualquier aparato que tenga xCloud. Así que el control de PlayStation 5 se puede conectar al celular, por lo tanto, se podría decir que estás jugando Xbox con un control de PlayStation 5. Y sí, eso es lo que está haciendo.
Xbox game using the DualSense 5, or the DualSense regular. So this certainly isn't the way I thought I would first test out the DualSense controller, but there are some things that we can learn here. So of course, some of the special features simply are not working here. So I don't have any of the vibration, I don't have any of the haptic feedback. What I do have is a good sense for how the controller feels. So there are a couple of things that jump out to me. I really like these triggers, even without the fact that I don't have that extra sort of level of feedback that I will when I'm playing on PS5, but they just have a nice feel to them. Something else that's interesting as I wildly go off the road is the fact that this has a little bit of a looser style of stick than I'm used to. So especially if you played a lot on the Xbox controller, you'll know that that is a little bit of a firmer feel. This actually feels a little bit lighter, but I don't hate it. It's easy enough to control. I also really like the size of this controller. I don't exactly have huge hands, but this feels on the controller are tiny little
No puede ser.
triangles.
Tiene los signos de triángulo, cuadrado, círculo en miniatura. No manches. Eso está chido.
Squares and circles? I know that.
All the
Right?
circle, all the fake buttons.
That's really in there. Oh, oh, okay.
Ya se lo van a chingar.
Now would be a great time to remind you to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell because we have a whole lot more PlayStation content on the way soon, including, who knows, maybe a little bit of a in-depth look at the PS5 itself and not its horribly mangled controller friends. So update, this now looks like
Lo abrieron
But
mientras
we've
estaba
gotten at least
prendido.
the first level, so we can start to see the rumble motors in the controller. We see some circuit boards. Now the main thing is just trying to detach it from the top. That's it. Boom.
Well, we broke it, but it's fine.
Oh, we did break it. Well,
That's okay, whatever.
Lo rompimos, pero está bien.
For science! For science!
so inside we have what are pretty major rumbles in the actual handles themselves. You also see that the impulse triggers, there's a whole lot going on here. I'm not sure if you can quite see that, but essentially right below the trigger, there's this huge mechanism here, which while I can't actually get it to fire up. Now we also do have our 1560 milliamp hour battery. This part, if I was gonna say any part of this controller is mildly user serviceable, would probably be the battery. You can kind of get the battery out without destroying everything. The main problem we had was removing this shell. You see that the plastic was a very complex shape, so it actually comes in underneath where the triggers are, and it's really hard to get that out without breaking, so maybe some slight damage there. But I
Entonces
think
creo
we
que sí
actually
lo
can get this back
rompieron.
together and it should work. Whole lot of tech that is crammed into the Dualsense controller, which makes sense, especially at $70. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more PS5 content like this. And I will now go and spend the next 3 hours trying to reassemble this. And maybe give it to the
Se lo chingaron. Pero está bien que, o sea, son las primeras personas a las que yo he visto, por lo menos, que tengan ya el control de PlayStation 5 y que lo muestren libremente en un video. Y está bien que lo hayan abierto, aunque lo rompan. De todos modos, pues ellos tendrán suficiente dinero para comprarse eso y 20 controles más. Así que, pues está bien que lo hagan para que veamos más o menos qué se puede hacer y qué no con el control. Porque a lo que se vio ahí, quiere decir que es un poco delicado abrirlo. Porque el control de PlayStation 4, pues yo lo he abierto y no lo he roto. Así que, pues supongo que no es difícil. Pero, pues está interesante el control. La verdad es que, pues sí me gustó bastante. Y tiene las luces LED al lado del touchpad. Eso en tema de diseño por lo menos está excelente. Así que pues este ha sido el control de PlayStation 5. Y pues si les ha gustado este video, les sugiero que se suscriban porque estaré subiendo más videos. Y porque voy a comprarme yo la Xbox Series X y voy a estar trayendo videos sobre todo lo que tiene, cómo es el control, los juegos. Obviamente de salida no van a salir juegos totalmente nueva generación, pero conforme vayan saliendo los voy a ir trayendo al canal, obviamente. Y pues por eso les digo que si les gusta este tema, se suscriban al video, al canal, y pues dejen su me gusta. Así que nos vemos.